Hey, pastor or leader, I hope you're taking advantage of this beautiful weather we're having these days in West Michigan and are spending some great time outside. I wanted to talk to you for a few moments in just kind of an informal way, as if you and I were just hanging out having a conversation together, about how we're handling ordination this year within the West Michigan district. Now, if you just look at the brief history of ordination just in the last 30 or 40 years, typically ordination took place on the last night of family camp. Those people who were going to be ordained came together, and everyone who had been at family camp for the entire week came together, and they laid their hands on them and they were ordained. Well, as we all know, not everyone attends family camp in 2017. So in the last couple of decades, what's happened is that ordination has moved to a church setting, and it typically happens on Sunday afternoon. And you have everyone who's ever been ordained is there, and then a few folks from the church where the pastor serves make the drive. But what we found is that so often, so many more people from the church where the pastor serves would like to be there, but they have other obligations on that Sunday afternoon, they're on vacation or whatever it may be. And so as a result of that, not as many people who would like to be there end up being able to be there for this great celebratory time. So here's what we've decided to try. And by the way, this has been enthusiastically endorsed by our General Superintendent, Pastor Wayne Schmidt. He's really looking forward to this. What we're going to do is this. We're going to vote, as we always do at district conference, for the people who are being ordained and or commissioned. And then we're going to surround those people by going through the actual ritual of ordination a little while later that morning. And Pastor Wayne and I are going to go through the ritual, and it really is, if you will, a milestone in their lives. Remember, they were first called to ministry, and then they went through all the educational requirements. They went through an ordination interview, and now it's their time to go through the rite or the ritual of ordination. And we're going to do that in a very special way, and then we're going to surround them and pray for them. And my prayer is that it's a very, very meaningful time for them. But then we're asking the senior pastor or the vice chairman of that local church where that pastor serves to do a totally different celebratory service at a time and a place that makes the most sense for that congregation to gather and to celebrate what has happened during district conference. It's almost as if you have a wedding and a reception. And what our hope is that reception will become much more meaningful than it's ever been able to be in the past, because not as many people have been able to be there. What we're hoping is that reception service will be able to be attended by family and people that are involved in ministry with that pastor. And as a result of that, they'll even be able to invite friends to that celebratory service that haven't been able to attend the Sunday afternoon gathering at a church that may be a couple hundred miles away. What we're also hoping is that just like you have at a reception where perhaps a best man or a maid or matron of honor stands up and says, man, this is what this groom or this bride has meant to me, and I'm just celebrating this day in their lives with them. Well, in the same way, we hope that the person who was ordained will invite a couple of people to that service, to that celebration service that takes place in their local church, and that those people will be able to stand up and say, you know what, I remember when so-and-so was first called into ministry. And I've had the privilege of watching them along this wonderful journey of theirs through the educational process and then the ordination interview. And it's such a delight for me today to celebrate with them. So again, our hope is and our desire is that the memories that will be made and the meaning of ordination will actually increase as we go to this 2-event process. So that's what we're planning on doing. We're really looking forward to seeing you at district conference in a couple of weeks. And again, we hope as we surround those people during the rite or the ritual of ordination, that they'll have a sense that this milestone they've reached really is important in the sight of God and in our eyes and lives as well. And then they'll be able to celebrate that at a time and a place that is most meaningful to them. Have a great day. And again, get outside. It's beautiful.